And we got into this discussion after talking about how there was such a strong show of women at the Grammys. It was really ladies' night.
Yes, it was.
And I want you guys to tell me how you feel about kind of that is just bubbling up in a lot of scenarios now. It looks like it's gonna keep happening and it's gonna stick.
Yes.
And this show is an example of that as well. How do you feel about that?
It's happening a lot.
It's happening.
More and more and more, and it is here to stay.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think finally it is here to stay.
Yeah. What do you think?
I don't think we're quite there yet, but I think these are huge events. The fact that we're talking about it being a big deal that women win means we're not quite there yet. You want it to just be, of course, women and men win. I've been in scenarios in business sometimes where there's 10 slots for a certain job, and you start getting on a path where you're about to hire 6 women and 4 men, and you'll hear somebody say, "Oh, should we?" Yeah. They'll say
as if it's supposed to look a certain way.
Right, as if it was 6 men and 4 women, they wouldn't even notice, right? So I think we're a little too conscious of it still, but I definitely think we're heading in the right direction.
Good talk.
Oh,
it's interesting conversation. Ian, sorry.
Listen,
Ian's like, look, there's 2 women on this show too. He's outnumbered.
Okay, so coming up next hour, we're going to hear from new host Carrie Ann Inaba about her settling into the show, and it's interesting her experience as she joined the ladies around the table. She tells us about the conversation too that she had with Julie Chen.
I was about to ask. Did you get the tea on Julie?
Yeah, I got the tea on Julie. We're going to have that coming up in our next hour. Let me just tell you though, there is such a good vibe.
That's awesome.
On that set.
Good.
I mean, it's beyond anything I've ever experienced.
Excuse me?
I'm just saying, it's really good. I mean, obviously I've been up there on the desk and I was sitting in the audience too. It's just all good vibes. We're going to talk about that next. We're also going to talk about that conversation.
Sometimes when a camera's pointed at you, you think you know everything.
Right.
And we're very respectful of the fact that we're a guest in your home.
Yeah, a lot of respect for one another and of course the viewer. But a lot of respect for one another behind the scenes of the talk. I was very honored to spend some time with these ladies. These are the hosts of the show. Carrie Ann Inaba is new. She's the permanent host now with them, but not really new because she's very familiar with this show. She's guest hosted it a lot in the past. But Julie Chen, she made headlines when she walked away from this show after sexual misconduct allegations surfaced involving her husband, Les Moonves, the former head of CBS. So, what was it like for Carrie Ann to step into this spot after Julie left?
There's such a wonderful feeling here of mutual respect and warmth and camaraderie and friendship that it makes even a transition, like moving into a new job, really easy. I have felt supported from everyone, including Julie. Julie sent me flowers. She was like the first person to send me flowers. There's been nothing but support from everybody behind the scenes and in front of the camera.
That's good. Again, it's radiating. You can definitely tell there's love here. Let's talk about the season. And I'm not just saying this. It was, what I thought was very interesting was this is on purpose. They're making it a point to make sure that what's radiating from the set is what you're getting at home. They want to make sure there's no, there's no overlapping. The vibe is good going up there so that you can listen to the issues. I mean, I hate to bring it up, but The View and The Talk, totally different vibes.
Totally different vibes.
Totally different, and they do that on purpose because it's all about the content that they want to put out. They want you to talk about it. They want to have healthy conversations, and you can feel it when you're there.
Well, and a lot of times on The View or other shows, when they make news for the wrong reasons, the issues get lost in the dramatics of the way they're talking about it and the contest to out-talk each other.
And there's also an undercurrent of, you watch the show and you're like, oh gosh, she's too much. They're too much. Do they like each other?
And you turn it off.
None of that here. So I was just happy to be there. I thought it was
Cool.
great. And Carrie Ann is great. The whole gang is fantastic. The Talk, by the way, airs every weekday on CBS 5 at 1 o'clock.